Hello everyone, welcome to Shiny Colors Fine Art Classes. This is Rashmi here and today we are going to paint this painting. So I am back again with my water reflection series number 2. So when we paint water, we have to remember three things. First, the pressure of the brush. So when we apply the stroke on the paper, the pressure matters a lot. When we apply a lot of pressure on the paper, it gives you a different stroke, and when we apply a less pressure on the paper, it will give you a different stroke with the same amount of color. Wetness of the paper is another important factor of our painting. As I like to do wet on wet technique more and I want to do everything when the paper is wet, so keep seeing the video till end. I'll tell you how much detail we can give when the paper is wet and how much detail we can give when the paper is damp. And the third thing, dilution of the colors. So when we do wet on wet painting, we have to watch our dilution carefully. During the demo, I'll explain you how much color we have to dilute and how much color we have to use thick to get the beautiful effect of the water painting. So let's start the lesson. So I'll quickly draw here. Here is the drawing. And I'm not giving so many details when I'm drawing, but I'll give all the details when I will paint the painting. So I'll just make the bigger shape here, the bigger shape of the ship, and all the bigger shape that I'm seeing, that I'm drawing, so that I can leave that as the ship is white in color. So I am not using any masking tape or masking fluid to cover the white ship. Instead, I will leave the space and protect the whiteness of the paper, and later on I'll give the shade just to show that it is in the shade, because the white ship is not in the light, so it is not showing the white color, actual white color. And here I am just making a behind ship. One ship is behind, so that also I am making, and all the bigger shape, not so many details. I have used here deep yellow, yellow ochre, orange, rose madder hue little bit, ultramarine, and turquoise blue color. All the colors I have given in the description box. So please check the color name in the description box. And now I'm starting the painting. So I used little yellow ochre and then mixed it with the deep yellow hue. Now I'm using the rose madder hue color, and this is little turquoise I'm giving on the sky so that it will mix with the water that I'll paint. Now I'm using little thicker ultramarine blue color. And as I was telling that the pressure of the brush is very important. So when I am using the right side of the sky, my pressure of the brush is so much. But when I'm using the smaller clouds, my pressure of the brush is very less, and I'm just touching the tip of the brush to give the nice and cloudy effect in the sky. And as I know, I like the wet on wet painting, so I just touch my brush and just let the water spread the color on the paper. So brush stroke is very important. If you press the brush more, you will get a thicker stroke that I don't want. Now, after the sky, I am just painting a full water first with the yellow, upper part is yellow, and then little orange, then the lower part of the water I'm with the turquoise blue, and at the end I'm just adding the ultramarine blue color to match the water with the sky. I'm giving all the strokes here with the dark color. And now my paper is absolute wet. Lot of water is there on my paper. So when we use the color on the wet paper, we have to use little thicker color because the water is already there on the paper. So the color will automatically dilute when we apply it on the paper. Now, with the color, the brush stroke is also important here because the water is having a sky reflection. So again, the stroke that we have given in the cloud, the same stroke we have to give on the water also. So I'm using little ultramarine blue color, viridian green color, and little bit yellow just to give a touch of that brightness of the sky. And my brush is very light on the paper, especially on the top of the water. When I was doing the reflection of the cloud in the bottom of the water, that time I was little giving a pressure, but as I was using upper side, my brush is very light. So the first two layers I have done in the water. Now I am just making the background, and that is far buildings. So I've used a little burnt sienna, and on the bottom I have just given a little bit gray color to give a depth in my painting. Here these are the far ships, so I'll give details, and because of the distance the ships are looking very small, and as we are going far the ships are even giving a smaller look, so that we are maintaining the perspective, and we have to give the reflection also here. These ships are a little small, so I'm giving very less details in the backside of the ships. Here these are the buildings, so I'm giving somewhere dark and somewhere light effect. The poles and strings are there on the ships, so those also I'm making. I'm using it with my thin brush, and I'm making the lines, the poles. And here I have done the back side of the ship little darker gray color, and then I'm using the blue color for the windows on the ship. And this ship is in the front, so I will give little details on the ships because this is the main attraction of our painting, with the surrounding of clouds and water. And we have to give smaller details on the buildings too. So the windows, those are dark, and you can see how beautiful that the sky came with the twilight and pinkish and yellowish color. And see how beautiful those clouds are looking. Giving the light and shade effect on the buildings. Now I'm painting the backside ship that is blue in color. I'm using my thin brush and just leaving the small space because I'm not using any masking or any artificial thing here, and I did not draw also, so I'm drawing directly with my brush. So if you are not comfortable, again I'm telling in my previous videos also I told that if you are not comfortable drawing directly with the brush, you definitely draw first and then color. It will save your time because once if you mess up the drawing, the painting with the color, then it is very difficult for you to correct it, because in watercolor it will look very patchy and messy effect if you correct it later on. But I am comfortable drawing it directly, so I'm drawing it with my brush. And when I was drawing, I had just drawn just outer layer, a very minimal drawing I have done when I was drawing it. And now I'm painting it directly with the brush. And that's the reason I'm using a small brush, because I want to give the details. If I use bigger brush, then I cannot leave those thin white lines that I'm leaving here. You can see those lines of the ship I'm leaving here and giving the details directly. So when you use the color of the dry surface. Now my surface is dry, so again I'm using a little thick color, but the color is actually a lot of water. I mean, the color is having a lot of water because the background is absolutely dry. So when you use the paint on the dry surface, we need more of the volume, more of the paint and water to spread it nicely. Otherwise, it will look patchy. So when you use the color on the wet surface, you should use little thick color so that it will dilute automatically. But when you use the color on the dry surface, then you should use lot of water, lot of color, so that you can spread it nicely and it will not dry, because the paper is dry, so it should not dry immediately. It should go a little further. That's the reason we should use the bigger mop brush, because bigger mop brush will have a capacity to hold lot of water and colors. Now again I'm giving the further detailing on my ship, and that is the back ship. Now I'm giving the a smaller detail in my front ship, that is white in color. So see, I left little white, but I did little yellowish shade because the ship is little far and it's not against the sun. So it's not 100% white. We have to give some tones to show the shade. So I'm uh, giving the ship little color so that it will look white, but it's not white. So I'm giving very less little blue color, somewhere yellowish color to just show the glow of the sun, and the blue color just show the shade that the ship is not directly in the light, directly in the sun. So you see how beautiful the ship came Now when we make the reflection, then you can see the whiteness of the ship will enhance more. So for the reflection of the ship, I am using a little turquoise mixed with the little green and cobalt blue. I've used little bit phthalo blue color also, and this dark color is gray. So I used gray color to show the depth under the ship. I'm making those lines. Those are there on the top of the ship, and then the minor reflection details you can see on the ship, and they are reflecting in the water. The rope reflection is also there, so the rope I'll make in the last. But I made the reflection first. I'm just giving a small details. I'm almost done. See how beautiful the painting is looking, and see the reflection. So neat, so clear. And you see the whiteness of the ship is enhancing so much after making the shadow. And these are some further details. Those are the weights that are there on the ship. So I'm making those details also. These are also I'm drawing directly. I've written the name of the ship, and again smaller details I'm giving. Just giving the darker effect just to enhance the white more, and a little bit backside also some old building is there, that is brown in color, and I'm giving the reflection also. So I'm trying to match the color where the dark is there, I'm making dark, and where the light is there, I'm using the light color. Very minor, smaller details that I am giving. Look at those colors and the flow of the water and the sky, and the glow of the sky is reflecting in the water, looking so beautiful. And the ship reflection also, it has come so well. So I've shifted the reflection of this round tube that was not matching, so I have done that. And I'm almost done. Very nice, here and there, little bit details. And finally, I'm making that rope. The rope is there, a big, thick rope. I am signing up now. Hope you liked my lesson. Please like and share with your friends and family. Thank you for watching, my friends, and see how beautiful it came. If you like my tutorial, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Do not forget to keep the bell icon on so that you will not miss my future videos. Thank you for watching, my friends.